Let's see if it's real. Oh, AFK Journey's on here.
Epic 7, my first gacha game, by the way. All games that are fairly unique with pretty original art styles. Now in 5th place, we have Exos Heroes with 1.3% of the vote. In 4th place, we have Epic 7 with 3.6% of the vote.
Let me turn off the music.
In at 3rd place, we have AFK Journey with 15.1% of the vote. This brings us down to our final
of the vote.
2 games. And our winner is...
Okay.
I don't have an envelope. By a razor's edge, Genshin Impact with 40.1% of the vote. Congratulations.
How much of that is skewed?
Now, I just want to be clear. I am not kidding about a razor's edge here because Wuthering Waves came in at 39.9% of the vote. That is a 0.1% difference. I demand a recount. Congratulations to our winner, Genshin Impact.
I gotta say, AFK Journey winning, getting 15% for unique art style. That's actually cool.
Congratulations to Genshin Impact for winning the Best Art Direction Award. Genshin Impact really deserves this award, and I think that it really shaped a lot of other games in terms of art direction. Really deserved. So now let's go into the next category, which will be the most generous award. Let's be real, we want gacha games to be so generous, and we really need a generosity award, and every single nominee in this category have proved itself to be generous, but I will let Cheribu present the award for you.
I love gacha games, and as a gacha enjoyer myself, there are many things that would draw players to a game, and that is with generous rewards. From in-game events, redeemable codes, free skins, maybe free summons, and more. There are many great gacha games, but tonight, there can only be one winner. So in no particular order, our nominees for tonight for the most generous award are Snowbreak, Punishing Grey Raven, Goddess of Victory, Nikke, Wuthering Waves, and Honkai Star Rail.
I gotta say, Wuthering Waves is gonna win this by a landslide. And if they don't, I'd be surprised.
Punishing Grey Raven with 5.5% of the votes. And in 4th place,
I feel like that might be peel off from
at 9.4% of the votes.
from Wuthering Waves.
In 3rd place, we have Snowbreak at 17.7%.
So I will say Nikke has a good rep too.
I am actually pretty surprised. This brings us down to our final 2 games of this category. It was an extremely close one for this, but in 1st place, we have Nikke at 29.1%.
Nikke, like, no joke, is been giving. But
congratulations to
Wuthering Waves.
Nikke.
I would say the only reason Wuthering Waves shouldn't win in this category, it makes sense, is because a lot of times them giving came at the cost of their mistakes. I mean, it turned out to their benefit, but I think that the mistakes is why.
Okay. And our next category is for the best mobile experience, the games that you will enjoy more on mobile rather than playing them on any other device. And before we give the mic to Captain Cabinets, let's see some hearts in the chats for her because she was a main reason to make this gacha awards possible and designed the website and helped me with some other things.
Gacha games and mobiles quite literally go hand in hand. With hundreds of titles to choose from and play, it could be difficult to pick which you would rather use to goon on the go. I mean game. Game on the go, not... yeah, whatever. Sometimes there's nothing quite like being able to whip it out in public and start pulling in furious excitement on your 50-50 charts. However, there can only be one true titan of mobile. The nominees for Best Mobile Experience are as follows. Fate Grand Order, Goddess of Victory Nikke, Honkai Star Rail.
I had a pretty good time with Star Rail. I would say Nikke probably has a...
In 5th place,
has this
Dragon
one.
Ball Dokkan
Because
Battle,
people be doing stuff on their phones in their own adult free time.
Place, Fate Grand Order, 6%. Coming in at 3rd place with 24.1% of votes.
No, okay, maybe Honkai Star Rail?
And the winner with 33.7% of votes, Honkai Star Rail.
Yeah. I thought it had to be one of the two because both have good experiences that are like it's
3%
I
of
think
votes with
turn-based games have the easy experience because they're so smooth. Something like Wuthering Waves would I don't think could win this. Because I think the live style of the game
Congratulations, Honkai
prevents
Star Rail,
that.
for winning this award. And now for our next category, we will talk about something that is so loved by a certain amount of people in the gacha community. And a lot of them wish that it's in every single gacha game, which is PvP, which will be presented to you by the man holiest.
Hello and welcome to the Gacha Game Awards 2024. Today, your boy Holiest will be announcing the best PvP award. I'd say personally, my favorite
Definitely
thing
this
about
shows you like
a
how
gacha game,
awkward
or what makes a gacha game
gacha
truly
streamers
special
are and creators.
is the PvP. Well done.
I like the Tectone
PvP
shirt though.
System. Me personally, I think we should have some of that in the gacha space between creators. Maybe a PvP boxing match. I'm calling out Vulcan. I'm using this as my official call out to Vulcan Games.
Vulcan
I
has
wanna
zero
fight you
drama.
in a
Vulcan would
PvP
never.
Gacha game.
Vulcan would
boxing match.
would
This is the
never.
call out, and because this placement is crazy to me. And as a professional, am I allowed to say that? Hell yeah, they asked me to do this, so I'm going to speak my piece. I love PvP. And
I will
love
say the
Tactics.
setup is
I bought
goated
this shirt
though.
over a year ago. Haven't worn it once yet. What better time than the Gacha Game Awards? All right.
You gotta get your
let's get right into
Tectone
this.
insert.
At number 5, we have Summoner's War. Now, how did y'all let that happen? Summoner's War has one of the 7.5% of y'all. Summoner's War has one of the best PvP systems that exists.
A lot of people are saying Epic 7,
Y'all
but
are
I don't
nuts.
know.
At number 4 with 9.3%, we have Counter Side. Solid pick.
Side.
Number 4 spot. Number 3.
What?
Now I'm gonna need to know which one of y'all. What 21.9% of y'all is rocking with Tower Fantasy like that?
Brother.
It's a great game. Don't get me wrong. It is a phenomenal game through and through. The PvP 21.9 third place for all gacha games.
Azur Lane, maybe?
Come on.
People are saying E7, but
Now to announce the winner between Dragon Ball Legends and Epic 7.
okay, they're not even in the
Leave below in the comments who y'all think
competition.
won
Never
best
mind.
PvP.
I didn't know the listing.
At a whopping
me see if I can find a listing.
32.3%, we have Epic 7. Wow.
Okay.
Wow. Clap it up. Clap it up. Don't know how y'all let Tower Fantasy beat Summoner's War, but we'll
the
talk
site's
about that
down. It's
another time.
probably too
I appreciate y'all for watching.
crowded
Thank you
right
so
now.
much for letting me host the Gacha Game Awards 2024 this year. Y'all have a fantastic rest of y'all's day. On to the next category.
They probably closed it that way people could vote. And honestly, I mean, to be honest, a lot of games that have PvP systems like AFK Journey
Epic
could
7 for
honestly
winning the
look
award, but guys, I
to
think Holy really
games
likes
like
Summoner's
this
Wars.
and
the
start
thing is,
to
how did
model
Holy
their
know that Vulcan will be
PvP
the
systems
next
to
person
reflect
present
it?
the next
Because if
award,
you're not
which
even
is
on the board
best idle game?
as being a PvP game, when that's the main thing that AFK Journey like keeps people in the game for.
Sometimes do have a negative connotation around them. They are actually some of my personal favorite games and can often end up being not so idle in nature. But for this category, we have 5 nominees. They are in no particular order: Mobile Legends Adventure, AFK Arena, AFK Journey, Tower of God New World.
Look,
and
AFK
Idle
Journey mentions.
Heroes. Kicking off in 5th place with 8.4%.
I will
of the
say,
vote is
AFK
one of the
Journey
founding fathers
does
of
not
the
feel
idle
like
game genre, and that is Idle Heroes.
it just does
still
not
kicking
feel
it
like an
after
idle
who
game,
even
but
knows how
I
many
will
years
give
at
it credit that it
stage.
does better
And then
than a
with
lot of other gacha games.
14.3% of the vote, we have another one of the founding fathers of idle game systems that you will find in many other idle games. Along with some on the list, we have AFK Arena.
I just think
Then
it's
in
not in
third
it's not in the
position
spotlight
from
right now,
the
so it's not going to be
franchise
there.
Of the Mobile Legends Bang Bang series, they slapped it into an idle game, put some pretty decent skins in it, I must say, and that is Mobile Legends Adventure. Then we have our final 2 contestants duking it out for
If
the position
AFK
at
Journey
number
wins this,
1,
I'd be
and that is
surprised,
Tower of
but
God New World and
I think it
AFK
could win
Journey.
this.
And the winner with 42.1%, and I must say probably a little bit of recency bias because it was the most recent game to release, that is going to be AFK
there it
Journey,
is.
leaving Tower of God in second position with 18%.
I tried to clip it.
Massive
Hold on, I can
congratulations
clip
to
it.
AFK Journey for winning the idle game
How
category.
do you clip in this game? How do you clip in this game? Or how do you clip in this thing?
Congratulations AFK Journey for winning the Best Idle Game Award. And I do agree, AFK Journey is a new game, but I also think that it's very, very good. And because of it, I now play more idle games. And I want to say that we are currently
I can't find how to clip, otherwise I'd be like, all right.
Are watching this show, we're giving multiple monthly subscriptions in gacha games. All you have to do is be
Otherwise,
here at
I'd be for
Chat.
it, but-
And another way to be there is also to follow me on Twitter, like and retweet my giveaway tweet. And our next award for the best.
I feel like AFK Journey wins it because the questing experience is mostly AFK. Like you can make it mostly AFK. And it is smooth. Now there is limitations to that, but I think it is, I mean, it's in the name and they do a good job of it.
We have Fate Grand Order with 10.1% of the vote.
The dailies in the end game?
Reverse 1999 and Honkai Star Rail. And with the winner with the huge margin is Honkai Star Rail with 60.7%, while Reverse coming at 19.5%. This is the biggest difference in every single award today.
Yeah, turn-based games, I don't think there's a competition. It's like with some things. There's some things that like the categories, like the game is built around that idea. There isn't enough competition. But if you were to limit it by like designer and developer, I think that would maybe add a little bit more competition to it.
Particular thing that every single player will encounter at multiple times throughout their gaming experience. One thing that defines the genre and has the ability to bring every player to the highest of highs or the lowest of lows.
People want to see PGR win.
I am talking about the gacha system. It is a pit of pure unadulterated joy or absolute devastation, and one that none of us will ever be free of, no matter how many times we tell ourselves, I'm just building pity, or just one more pull. However, despite our daily prayers to RNGesus, there are some games that have a bit more mercy on us as players, and design a system that is kinder to our gambling addiction. Very normal enjoyment of PNG-based games of chance. Here are the nominees for Best Gacha System.
What was that cut?
Tower of Fantasy, Goddess of Victory, Nikke, Brown Dust 2, Wuthering Waves, and Limbus Company. In 5th place, Brown Dust 2 with 4.7% of the votes. In 4th place,
I think Woo
by
wins
a
this.
very close margin of 0.1%. We have Tower of Fantasy with 4.8% of the votes. In 3rd place,
I don't really know
we
the
have
system
Limbus
for like
Company
how theirs
with
works with Tower of Fantasy.
10.1% of the votes. And the winner for Best Gacha System with a whopping 55.8% of the votes is Wuthering Waves with Goddess of Victory.
I will say personally, though, that maybe because the amount of gifts we got in the form of characters, and how few characters have in reality been released, could be the reason. Like some of the character rosters in some of these games, like Nikke, are much larger, and so there's a lot more litmus testing to that.
Banner there. In my opinion, I also like the Limbus Company one, but also it's deserved for Wuthering Waves. Before we continue, I want to say that the Gacha Awards is brought to you by, well, nobody, because this is the first time we're doing this.
Are people really upset that like it's like Woo like PGR erasure?
The game does have its story.
People are
but
upset.
we have to note that lore and storytelling will be different. That's why we have another award for storytelling, and I will give the mic to VXV.
When you pair good story and
Is there anybody who can compete with HSR in this? Oh, that's my video. Whoops. What did I do? Oh no, I gotta catch up. Oh, the live. You have to go to live. Okay.
Does have an anime to go with the game. I can't wait for Arknight's Endfield when it comes out. It could change how we'll perceive and experience the lore of Arknights, so do be on the lookout for Arknights for sure. Coming in at number 4, Punishing Grey Raven. To no one's surprise, Punishing Grey Raven have an incredible
I feel like
fan
I ought
base.
to play
I feel like the
PGR
Punishing
because a
Grey Raven
lot of
fans
people are
are
really
just built different. They're
passionate
incredible
about
loyal
it.
fans. And
I
Punishing
wonder if
Grey
it's gonna be
Raven
like
seems
too
to be
passionate,
a
like
great
toxic
game
almost.
that seems to have a very intricate story that I've heard nothing but good things about. This is something I can definitely agree with. Coming in at number 3, we have Reverse 1999. This game basically hit the ground running for a lot of players. One thing we cannot take away from it is definitely the story, and the fans have spoken, and I do agree with them that it definitely
Wuthering Waves
deserves
doesn't even have
the
enough
number 3
story. It just
spot.
came out.
Finally, for the finale,
I mean,
coming in at number 1,
there's a lot of
we have
filler in ones that have existed a long
Genshin
time.
Impact. To no one's surprise, I do feel like Genshin Impact ultimately, the story is still solid enough that even though I don't play the game anymore,
Do you guys think that Zenless Zone Zero has a chance?
at the end of the story, I do feel like it's a pretty captivating story. There's so much detail. Like the more you look into
Like
the
to
world, the more
compete
you
at some
see
point?
details. And of course, number 2 has Honkai Star Rail. I am surprised that it didn't
Really?
take the
Number 2
1 spot.
Honkai?
Maybe it's because
surprising.
we have more of Genshin Impact because it's been out longer, and this may change later in the future. All things considered, though, them being the number 1 and number 2 spot definitely is deserved. I do feel like the stories for these games are incredible and fantastic. They go beyond just gacha games. I do feel like they definitely tell a great story, and I, for one, can definitely agree with the community. That was the Lore Awards.
On to the next one.
Subscribe to Georg.
Wait, I thought I said HSR was number 2.
I am surprised that it didn't take this. Grey Raven Punishing
Will be different.
What?
5 best gacha games that have the best lore. So without further ado, here are the nominees. Arknight, incredible, loyal fan, but good thing. Take away
Am I
from one
crazy?
surprise. And of course, number 2 has Honkai Star Rail. I am surprised that it didn't impact because it's been, so them being the number 1 and number 2 spot, definitely because we have more.
Wait, I'm
of Genshin
confused. You
Impact
said
because
Honkai
it's
Star
been-
Rail was number 2, but then said it was the number 1 and number 2
Everything
spot.
like that. But the problem is we don't have a lot of open world games currently.
Whatever,
'Cause in
I'm
the
gonna say
future,
it's-
we're
it
waiting
was
for a lot of them. But
Honkai Star
now,
Rail.
we only have 3 nominees, and the results kind of shocked me. But this award will be presented
Oh, people
by
are saying
none
it was
other than
Wuwa.
the guy who plays a lot of
Okay.
open world games and is a really a fan
can
of
see it. I mean, like, they've
Blue
had
Squadron.
Really
Hey guys,
solid.
Blue Squadron here.
Really-
here to
really solid
present
ones.
The Open World Experience Award for the Gacha community. I'm relatively new to the Gacha universe, but the open world immersion is what captivated me in the first place. Being able to run around,
He just cleaned that room. There's no way.
take screenshots of my character is an extremely important aspect of
I
the
saw
game.
his room on top. I saw his house
This
on Top
year's
Streamer. It was
3
scary.
nominees
It was
for
an
the Open
admin
World
house.
Experience are Tower of Fantasy, Genshin Impact, and Wuthering Waves. Coming in at third place, we have Tower of Fantasy. And coming in at first place, cleanly winning with the best open world experience, and I can certainly say so myself because I absolutely love Wuthering Waves. Congratulations to Wuthering Waves and Kuro Games. What an amazing experience they've made for us. Thanks so much, guys.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I mean, honestly, the exploration in Wuthering Waves, I think is pretty unmatched.
Congratulations to Wuthering Waves for winning.
I
the
think a
best
lot of
open
people do a
world.
sandbox
And for our
wrong. They're
next
either
category,
empty
which
worlds
had so much competition, it's going
with
to
a bunch
be
of
the
filler,
best music.
or
In this category,
there's
we
so
had
much
7
mobs that it's
nominees, and
just
of
it
course,
feels too
other
crowded,
categories
but
did
they have a
more
good
than 5
balance.
nominees, but we're only talking about the top 5, the games that actually made it. So the 2 games that didn't make it to the top 5 are Blue Archive and Arknights, but our nominees will be Nikke, Goddess of Victory, Genshin Impact, Reverse 1999, Punishing Grey Raven, and Zenless Zone Zero. As I said, all of these games, even the 2 others that didn't make it to top 5, are insanely good. And in 5th place we have Nikke, Goddess of Victory with 9.1%. And in 4th place, we have Reverse 1999 with 12.7%.
I've seen a lot of Reverse 1999. I've never heard of it. Never played it.
In 2nd place, we have Punishing Grey Raven. This will leave us with Genshin Impact and Zenless Zone Zero, and with a whopping 36.9%, it took most of the votes. We all know it. Genshin Impact won the Best Music Award, and to be fair, I do agree with that. I think
Zenless Zone Zero bias. I feel like that's a win for Zenless Zone Zero is
budget into music more than
so
anything
much
else,
bias.
I think.
Almost 2nd place. Oh. So it wins.
Congratulations to Genshin Impact. On to the next award, and as we said before, storytelling and lore is different, so now we have the best storytelling, which will be presented by Styx.
A gripping story helps you become enthralled in a game and its world, become connected to its characters. Without a story, there is no game, which is why I'm here today to announce the award for the best plot. The best storytelling. Whoops. Yeah, we almost turned this into a different kind of show there. Coming in at number 5 is Epic 7 with 2.7% of total votes. Fate Grand Order came in at number 4
the clickbaiter himself.
13.5% of total votes.
Number 1, Woo Glazer
secured the number 3 spot with 14.2% of total votes. Path to Nowhere managed the number 2 spot with 29.5% of total votes. And finally, number 1, the game with the best storytelling in the entire genre is what's that say? Honkai Star Rail. I know very few.
I don't think Honkai Star Rail like it defines itself like any other way other than being a story-based game. I think turn-based games allow for some of the best storytelling in general. I will say Zenless Zone Zero getting 3rd place, I think, is a great example of showing people that having lore, having your storytelling be told in comics, some side-by-side panels, some cutscenes, and those having different pacings. And the comic book strips, it has different likability, and some people really just don't like how slow it is.
This year has been a time for evolution in gacha gaming, and these games have captured our hearts and imaginations, leaving us eagerly anticipating their releases. In last place is an open world experience with NFTs based on an anime best enjoyed by only watching the first season. 7 Deadly Sins Origin was 7%. In 4th place with 17.5% is Azure Premilia, the Genshin/Power World/Pokemon clone with no husbandos to ruin that goon sesh. In 3rd place is a spin-off of one of the gacha games of all time, Arc Knights Enfield with 20%. Now, only 2 anticipated releases remain, a game with an incredible launch trailer and not much else so far that I'm really hoping actually releases, Project Mugen,
NTE,
and Neverness to Everness, the gacha GTA game that came before GTA 6. The winner by 31.7% of the vote is the recently announced Neverness to Everness. Yeah. Congrats to NTR, NTE, and let's keep up the hype for the next category.
Yeah. They have, I think, 2 solid
next big category, which will be
waifus for the release. I think that sells it.
The gacha of the year. Here we're talking about the best games as of their performance for this year. But of course, as I said from the start, since this is the first time we're doing this, we're gonna consider how good these games were also in previous years. It will be mostly about this year. And the nominees that made it to top 5 are Honkai Star Rail, Genshin Impact, Wuthering Waves, Arc Knights, and Zenless Zone Zero. And in 5th place, we have Zenless Zone Zero with 4.5%. Then in 4th place, we have Arc Knights.
A lot of people are saying Woo just came out,
and
but
the difference between
Zenless Zone Zero
3rd
just
and
came out.
2nd place is literally less than 1%. In third place, we have Genshin Impact. And the winner with the title of the best gacha games between Wuthering Waves and Honkai Star Rail is Honkai Star Rail with 39.1%. Congratulations,
makes
Honkai
sense.
Star Rail. A phenomenal job, especially in 2024. Wuthering Waves was at second place with 22.3%.
I think it wins because I mean you consider the current story in Honkai Star Rail, but in all honesty, the intro is solid, and then like the middle of it doesn't drop out. It stays at a peak, and then
Gacha of the year.
totally
Our
just
nominees
it
for
stays
the
there.
best gacha
It's
of
really
the
good.
year are AFK Journey, Zenless Zone Zero, Sword of Convallaria, Wuthering Waves, and Solo
AFK Journey
Leveling
mentioned.
Arise. In fifth place, we have Solo Leveling Arise with 2.2%.
Oh wow! AFK Journey beat
In fourth
Solo
place,
Leveling.
we have Sword of Convallaria with 7.2%.
And Sword of Convallaria, okay.
And in third place, we have
gotta be third.
AFK
Yeah, it's gotta be
Journey
third.
with 9.7%.
Gotta be third.
Leaving the competition between Zenless Zone Zero and Wuthering Waves, the two best gacha games of the year, but we only have one
third place
winner.
for
And the
gacha game of the
winner
year
with
is
the
not
gacha
bad.
of the year is Wuthering Waves with 50.8%,
Wow.
with Zenless Zone Zero coming second with 30.1%.
Yeah, if it was Zenless Zone
Congratulations,
Zero,
Wuthering Waves.
I would 100% claim rigged. Wuthering Waves had such an amazing like first month, and just kept on hitting with bangers, like banger after banger.
With a big margin this year. Some of the awards were expected to me, but some of them really defied my expectations, and this event was for the community. I hope that seeing a lot of content creators together and seeing all of these games competing in a healthy way, because I think we really need these types of events. And if we see
In a healthy way, no drama.
will be, as I said before, happening every single year, and it will be way better in the future. Thanks again to the developers, voice actors, and every single content creator that was here in this show. That was the first ever Gacha Awards. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and see you soon.
Yeah, I will say Reverse 1999 and then PGR was probably it was really surprising to see so many people like pushing for those, but in honesty, I hadn't before this time really put any stock into those games. But AFK Journey winning I mean best idle game, I mean I think a lot of times with certain categories like this, like right now gacha games are made and they don't cross too many categories. Like you're not gonna get I was surprised that I don't think I saw a soundtrack. Like you're not gonna have a game that's like story based competing with a game that has like a good PvP. Like there's not gonna be a competition that combines those two, because typically gachas don't combine the two. Tectone was supposed to give the gacha of the year, but forgot. Oh no! Oh no! Wow, classic techie. I will say a lot of them were well deserved. I mean, there was a clear separation between the three. Honestly, my least favorite aspect of something like this, as much as people will probably give me crap about it, is that a single company dominated the three out of the 5 spots. So I think it needs to be expanded a bit. Like the categories need to be expanded a bit to include more categories so we can have more other games, and not just ones that like, I mean, if you're going to have like current content be the main focus, like it's the current year's content, I think you do need to expand that a bit, because a lot of that was basically just, is it Genshin? Is it HSR? Is it Zenless Zone Zero? Thankfully, honestly, I'll say thankfully it wasn't Zenless Zone Zero. In any case, 'cause I feel like even normal games do this, where you get a game that's released so close to the Game Awards that it's like, yeah, it's because it's on everyone's mind right now, and that's what I feel about Zenless Zone Zero. Not that they don't deserve any awards, but that it's just too soon to release date to be like, oh yeah, this is this is satisfactory. I don't know. Not enough time has passed, but it was surprising to see like PGR on a lot of those categories, despite PGR being the predecessor to WUWA, and of course WUWA winning a number of categories as well. And of course, you know, being an AFK Journey player, like it's really nice to see them win in a category. I think what you take from this as AFK Journey, because they were in a few of the categories. One, they weren't even in the PvP category, despite having like a lot of PvP being the focus in AFK Journey, and then so they didn't even rank on that. And then two, it really intensify those idle features. You know, making sure people can participate in an idle way, because that to me is like their strongest category, with that's in story. You know, being able to tell things in a summarized form for people who are playing idle, as well as people who are doing dailies being able to play those in an idle format. You know, we already have a system in AFK Journey that allows you to pick from a record, to set up your team how you want to like say like get the best, you know, close to the best if you can. Why not make that auto? You know, why not make that default for some of these? That way those can happen in the background while you're doing the stuff you want to do. That way you can spend more time playing Arcane Lab or doing Honor Duel, which is active playing game modes. So that would be my recommendation. And you know, third place in a year like this was really tough. I think if it was another year and Wuthering Waves had not been released and or something like Zenless Zone Zero, I think AFK Journey could have had a better shot at maybe a spot number 2, but I don't think I see them winning a spot number 1, even if that's not the case. Just because I think that the AI battle mode, like idle type of game, only appeals to a very niche crowd, a niche crowd of the niche crowd. So that being said, appreciate Storg and as well as all of the content creators taking the time to create something like this. I think this could be expanded in a great number of ways, as far as categories and things that are important to people that, you know, we are getting now from gacha games, such as soundtracks, as well as diverse and fleshed out game modes, as well as they did a storytelling and lore, which I think is really important to include both of those, because AFK Journey has story mode and a lore, but the lore exceeds the storytelling, because the characters have really rich backstories that aren't necessarily in AFK Journey. They more have started in AFK Arena, and they're kind of stuff that you read more in a sense that you see or watch in the game. So more diverse game categories for this would be really important, but I think a great job overall. So I hope y'all enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.